I'm ready. No, it's okay. I'm fine.
Si no se vale, bro.
Hola, hola, hola.
Uno,
Hola,
dos,
hola,
uno,
hola.
dos.
¿Ya van a empezar? ¿Puedes parar la música?
Nos faltan dos integrantes de nuestro grupo, pero no sé el resto de
Apunte, profe. Okay, so we're gonna get started.
Esas presentaciones, si quieren, me la mandan al WhatsApp.
Madre, no lo logro por... Bro, ahí está en el grupo. Háganse un toquecito a la vuelta, porfa.
Ah, es que lo tenés al revés, muchacho.
Ah, no, eso sí puede girar aquí. Eso va a estar aquí.
Ese es para allá.
Ah, ahí está. Allá, ahora sí. Just a moment. And... That's okay.
Aquí, de ahí. Y lo acercamos.
Ready.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to University of Costa Rica Pacific Campus. Today, myself, Rocio Lin, and Gary Navarrete welcome you guys to this gathering in which you are going to be performing and giving us the best of you for the course Elocution 2. We are going to have the opportunity this morning to have students from the major performing and creating TED Talks about different topics connected to their major. So, my dear students, it's a pleasure for Gary and me to welcome you with a round of applause. The floor is all yours.
Hello everyone, good morning. We hope you're doing well. Today, we are group number 1 and we are going to present to you a little about a content marketing course. And our group is conformed by Casey Briceño, Irene Murillo, Andrei Montero, Carla Perez, Carlos Morales, and my person, Karen Baltodano. Someone is in control of that. Thank you. I'm going to explain to you a little about the content creation framework in businesses. Well, we are studying English with business management training. And I think we all know that we need to have some courses related with marketing. And sometimes, we don't know if our future job would be about marketing. So a content creation framework is something that we need to take into account to have like a control about the content that we are going to publish. What is a content creation framework? It is a structure of processes for publishing content since the very beginning until the end of each post. For example, it involves every part since for example, the deadline or the parts you need to include, the goals and everything. The content creation framework, it's like a chronogram that you do to have a control, for example, to get the publish time, and you documented everything related to the post to have it ready in a specific date, for example. It could be in a long term or in a short term. A short term would be like maybe 1 month, and a long term 1 year. It is something very useful for businesses to have, as I said before, control about the marketing content. And now we have our partner, Carlos, that is going to talk a little bit more about the topic.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are you doing, guys?
Fine, yeah.
I'm great, thank you. Now, I would like to talk about what is needed to design a content creation framework. Here, we focus in 3 different aspects to consider. The first one is the CMS, or content management systems. Then we have the analytical tools, and the last one is planning and internal communication tools. And well, what is each one about? The first one, the CMS, or content management systems, are different websites or platforms that help us to create, to edit, or to publish digital content. Here we have some examples as WordPress, HubSpot. We have others, for example, like Google Blocks, that allow us to write, for example, to publish or write, and all related to these 3 aspects that I mentioned, to create, to edit, and to publish digital content. Now I would like to talk about the analytical tools. As its name says, it helps the business to analyze and gather as much information as possible. Here I have the 2 examples, the HubSpot, that it is also the analytical tools, and we have the Google Analytics here. And I would like to make you a question. Have you ever heard about the Google Analytics? About the Google Analytics. I would like you to raise your hand if you know what is this about. You have, okay. For those who don't know what is Google Analytics, basically it creates reports about different data, information that businesses are linked to this platform, and it is a powerful and useful platform for businesses. And then we have the last aspect, that is planning and internal communication tools, that basically are different platform or websites that help us to communicate in an internal way. For example, this is the most used Google Drive, and I'm sure that most of you have ever used it. I know that most of you use for homework, and this is very useful for communicating, because if, for example, if we have a Google Drive, I can be in the other part of the world, and also I keep and if I write anything, you will have the information at the moment I write it. So this is the part, and now I'm going to continue with the other class.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. And for this presentation, I'm going to explain how to create a content framework. For the first thing that I would like to do is imagine a sheet of paper. You already imagine? So we are going to develop these different steps. Conceptualize, create a chronogram, check the content, and storage and organize the content. For conceptualize, the first thing that we are going to do is to define the main ideas that we are going to develop. Because as a designer or something like that, we are going to develop the project. So we need to choose the best ideas in order to create the better product that we can offer. Then when we are ready to select these ideas, we are going to do a market research, because we need to know how are the preferences of the client or buyer persona. Then when we are ready done this step, we are going to create a chronogram. Why? because we need to establish the dates and deadline that we are going to have for this specific product. When we develop this chronogram, we are going to start with the product or the idea that we select. And we recommended to create 2 or 3 different ideas in order to have different options for the clients, because if the client doesn't like one of them, they have 2 other options. Then we're going to check the content. Why? Because, when the client chooses the better options for them, they could have some mistakes in the grammar or other content that we choose for that presentation. And finally, storage and organize is basically to save all the products or designs that we already developed, and save in case that we have some other problems with other products. Now my partner Case is going to continue.
Sorry for that. Now I'm going to talk about the terms of content creation. It is important to highlight that there are different types of content, and you can see videos, also podcasts, and articles, blogs, images, and pictures that companies or businesses create to attract the buyer persona or the customer's attention. Now, the structure of processes for publishing content. In this case, the company or business will have to review the content that they create, because it is important to know that the content that they are creating is suited to the audience that they want to reach. Because if you're selling a car, you're going to analyze how to attract people that want to and need a car, and the model and other aspects that are really important. Now, to know your audience, that is what I was talking about. You need to know the buyer persona and the people that you're going to transmit the message, and to make sure that they will understand it. For this case, it is important to develop a research and to analyze who is your buyer persona. Now, the other aspect is building a short-term content creation. In this case, it is important to have a plan. Why it is important to have a plan? Because if you're creating content, you need to have a chronogram to know when you're going to publish it, And also, this short-term content creation is about few months. You can create a video in 1 week and publish it in your social media. For example, Instagram. You know that now we can see reels in Instagram, videos, and also images and pictures, the hashtags and all those trends that are really important, because if you want to know your audience, you need to know the tendencies that are around the world. So have you seen TikTok tendencies? They are really popular these days. So have you seen the ones that are story time? Like story time when my boyfriend cheated on me or something like that. So it is important to know what businesses can do to attract buyer persona's attention. Also, building a long-term content creation, because a long-term is a stronger plan. So you're going to have more time to plan it, to edit the content, to know if there is something that you need to change, because it can last 1-2 years maybe, but it is like a long-term plan that can change in a while. Maybe the trends that you use these days are not the same that we will use in 1 week or maybe a month or a year. So you have to know that the world change every day. So it's important to understand this and also know that satisfaction and changes are important to give customers the satisfaction that they want and to buy the products or services that you offer. So this type of organization is really important for businesses to accomplish. Now I'm going to give the mic to Carla.
Thank you. Okay, let's imagine this. You work for a company, any company, at the marketing department. And your job depends on how much ideas you create constantly. Can you imagine how stressful that is? Because it is. And don't get me wrong, that is a beautiful profession. I really like marketing. However, it can be stressful, okay? So we cannot deny that there is a human factor. Why? Because we're humans, we get tired. Sometimes ideas just don't flow or they just run out. So we are humans, okay? And what can we do to get those ideas running? We can do various things. First, we have to divide it if we want to do it individually or in groups. But we can do brainstorming, brain dumping. We can do the use of resources such as sticky notes, boards, colors, anything that can be useful for you to stimulate creativity. Because creativity is not going to come up just like that. Creativity has to be stimulated. So we cannot just wait in a room to have a wonderful idea if we don't provide the resources we need to come up with that idea. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. So I want to introduce you. Can you pass the... Thank you. I want to introduce you to James Webb Young. James Webb Young was like the father or one of the fathers of the marketing that we know today. Why? Because he said that new ideas come up from old ideas. How? I'm going to provide you a quick example. For example, if I told you in 2010, guayabita and helado, you would say, what? Or it might work, but the thing is that they exist now. We have ice cream made of guayabita. The guayabita itself is an idea from two factors, chocolate and jelly. And that idea came up from a guayabita. You know what I mean? You have to make something that you think that is nothing related to, but you have to put it together. That is my contribution. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Have you been paying attention? I hope so, because now we are going to cover what my partners have talked about in a short summary. So, about the content creation framework, the importance. Why is it important? Because you are going to be sustainable and also because you are going to save a lot of resources. What is the most important and valuable resource we have, guys? Time. And when you have a content creation framework, it will help you to organize your time in order to create new ideas. So, if you want to be sustainable, because as Carla mentioned, we are humans and we easily get tired. When you plan the ideas you are going to use, it is easier to develop them in a short-term period. So this is the importance of the content creation framework. Then, design. It is very important that you determine what is your buyer persona, who is your customer. This is why segmentation and marketing studies are very important and fundamental in order to make your company grow. Because you must know who are you selling to. Who is the persons that are requesting for your offers, for your services. So when you design your content creation framework, do it based on your customer or your buyer persona, Then, creating it. Carlos mentioned some tools that we can use in order to create our in order to create our project, let's say. So, sometimes we have to pay for the tools we are going to use because, of course, money moves the world. However, there are a lot of free or free use tools that we can use.
And one of those is Google Drive. Google Drive, I think we all have used Google Drives at a moment, and it is very helpful because you can communicate between your partners. It's very good for teamwork. It's very good for teamwork, and also it allows you to be in the same page, on the same project, working together with the other people. It also helps to record, it also helps. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is working. Okay, we were talking about Google Drive. So it allows you to have a good teamwork. It allows you to share sheets of paper, to share tables, and so we do not have to get angry, to get tired when we are not like searching the free tools we want. Because if you are creative, you will find a way. When to use a content creation framework, it is not just for posting, it's also very helpful when you need to communicate details or information within the same company. It helps to cover important presentations or important moments within the company, also outside the company. So it has many different uses. And the last one, generate. Generating is very important. Now, I would like to add something to what Carla mentioned about the techniques you can use, and is that currently artificial intelligence is being very helpful when generating new ideas. However, there is an ethical part when you must know how to use it, when to use it. But I truly believe that the best ideas comes from human minds. So guys, I encourage you to learn a little bit more, to get informed and to research about the content creation frameworks, because they are a very important tool that might help you to develop your professional life and also your personal life. So thank you very much for your attention, and we hope you have a beautiful day. Well, guys, we are gonna continue with the next group. So please receive with a big applause to Fabián, Dayana, Julio, Leonardo, and Jasmine.
Sí. Chiquillos, solamente una pequeña nota aclaratoria. Con los micrófonos, cuando no los están usando, apáguenlos, porque las baterías se gastan. Entonces, eso fue lo que pasó. Más bien, André, disculpa. Entonces, los que tienen este micrófono, cuando no lo usen, apáguenlo.
Buenos días, buenos días.
Guys, try to do it in advance so that we can move. Julio. Julio. Is Dayan here?
Well, good morning, everybody. How are you feeling today? Thank you. Today we are going to talk about digital marketing by Juan Arzuaga. Guys, do you know the difference between inbound marketing and outbound marketing?
Not really.
Well, as we know, outbound marketing is the marketing that is not in the market right now from 1950 to the 2000s, like newspaper, television, radio, advertisement that we don't use anymore. And inbound marketing, what do you think, guys? What is inbound marketing? The marketing that we use today, nowadays, social media, such as Instagram, TikTok, and other advertisement that fits and it is more suitable for business today. Well, about marketing, we have some objectives, of course. First of all, what is marketing? Marketing is that the client or the customers enter your market, see your product, your service, know what differs you from the competition. What is commerce? Trying to the client to buy the product. And the last but not least, the production. That it becomes your regular customer that wants to come back, that wants to become a client and become loyal to your product. Thank you so much.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I would like to kick off saying that for when you want to start your business in the online market, it's important to know what kind of strategies you can use in order to promote your business or your product. And Google have a good tool for you. This is Google Ads. They are different kind of advertisement that Google create based on your website information, like the kind of product that you are offering, the kind of people that you want to reach, and different specific information like keywords that you use in your website in order to create advertisement. This advertisement will be shown in different platforms like these examples, and social media like Instagram, and also in the web page. They usually appear at the top of the page or at the right side of the page. And is this advertisement help your business to reach or to get more visitors in your website and to show your product, and at the same time to get your first purchase of your product. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm going to talk a little bit about about the Google's algorithm. As Jasmine was saying, the positioning in Google is very important, and this positioning is defined by some factors like the number of traffic that your web page receives, how many clicks you have, also by the AdWords of your web page. And all these factors are what define your positioning when you do a Google search. When you look for, if you look for certain keywords, the first options that appear are the best positioned websites, the ones that have the most visits and the most clicks. And there are tools that companies can use to identify those factors and try to understand what they can do in order to be better positioned. And one of those tools is WooRank. WooRank is a tool that lets you see the traffic of your web page, how many people come into your web page, and how much time they spend in your web page. It can also give you a recommendation for certain keywords, also give you recommendations to connect your web page to social media like Twitter or Instagram and all that, because that helps make a better environment for your customer or for your client to better understand your product and give feedback and all that. So that is very important for Google and in general for the growth of your company. Juan Atsuara has one phrase that I really like, and it's that he said that positioning, it's a long-term race. It's something that you have to do for a long time, and you become better at it, not in spikes. It's a process, so you have to be consistent at it. Your web page needs to be updated constantly, and hopefully have posts, hopefully daily or stuff like that, that gives a better positioning to your web page. And those are some examples of tips that WooRank, that this tool and other tools can give you, so that you as a CEO or as a marketing manager can make those decisions. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. For me, it's a pleasure to be here in front of you. Today, I'm going to talk about keywords. But first, I would like to know something. Some of you know something related to keywords. Please raise your hand. Some definition, please.
Definition. Like highlighted word that relates with what you are going to post or to publish, maybe.
Excellent. Please give some applause. Thank you. Keywords, it's words that user use to find a product or a service in the internet. For example, a keyword can be a Churchill, for example, or a soccer lesson in Punta Arenas as well. For keywords, we can see keywords in ads, for example, in ads from McDonald's. I consider the keywords, it's a really good tool for our future. When we become a CEO, we can use this tool and improve our marketing resources. On the other hand, one important point is to select a really good keyword. But how we can select a really good keyword? Okay, now I'm going to give you some tips to follow to create a good keyword. The first one is to choose the correct target audience that you're going to use. Sorry. The second one is avoid to duplicate keywords. And last but not least is going to the point. Be specific. I consider that keyword it's a really good tool. We can to improve our campaign of marketing. Now my partner Fabian continue with the presentation.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Guys, have you ever been in the situation that you click in an advertisement and it sends you to another web page and then to another web page? Have you ever experienced that? Well, that's the objective of marketing, to create an environmental place for your customer to feel comfortable, to feel attracted, and thank you so much for your attention. I hope you enjoy it, and that's it.
Excelente, bro. Gracias.
Guys, thank you very much for that important talk you just developed. I think marketing is one of the bases of trading nowadays. So we as managers must be informed about the topic. Now I want to invite to the stage to the third group that is made by Rigoberto, Jimena, Isaac, Obed, Sofia, and Andrea Alvarez. So please give them a big applause.
Good morning, partners, and Ms. Navarrete, Ms. Lin. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We are really glad to present about this really interesting topic that is called inbound marketing. As my partner have just already mentioned, Andre, we are Sofia, Rigoberto, Isaac Montero, Jimena Rodriguez, Andrea Alvarez, and my person, Alan Obed Herrera. This course becomes, or the information that we are going to provide comes from HubSpot. In the next slide, we are going to watch the contents that we want to show you are, what is inbound? And this is a really important question about what is this and how can I apply it to my store. As well, the importance, the funnel method, the flywheel method, the difference between both methods, and a case study in order to understand how we can apply this in the real world. So we are going to take out a little bit from the theory, and we will see it explained in the real world. Now, what is inbound marketing? Inbound marketing, as a partner that was just previously explaining here, I will bring you some keywords in order to understand it. This is a philosophy that tries to help people to establish connections. What it wants is to delete the scripts. It wants to be more humanized at the moment that you are selling the product. The idea is not to see the person as someone that has money in his pocket, but as a person who needs to satisfy a necessity. As well, in order to implement this method, we need to know the clients, and to value and the humanity is a really important values to take into consideration when we are applying this philosophy. But more than a strategy, it's a culture. And for that, in the next slide, we are going to see what is the importance to implement this philosophy.
As my partner just said, I'm going to talk about the importance of inbound. First, I want to say thank you for all being here and paying attention to this presentation. I will continue with the presentation now. Well, as my partner Obed just said, the importance of the inbound is basically to know that inbound is not just like a market strategy. It is like a philosophy as well, as he said, and because this is a way to maintain a close relation one-to-one with the customer. We need to have in mind as future managers of a company that the relation with the customer, it is very important because customers are not just numbers. They are people, and we need to keep them happy in order to grow up, in order to grow with our companies. The best service as we can give is the most important, because in that way we can assure that they will come to our company and keep giving us the incomes that we expect as a future managers. Also, it has plenty benefits such as we can reach a lot of clients, a lot of future clients and customers. We can attract them as well, and we can maintain by loyalty that we can earn through the days. As the days goes by, we can reach that loyalty and maintain it. As well, I would like to mention that we can have plenty more benefits than just this, and we need to analyze the customers in order to know what they like, what they would like to know, what are their preferences, and we need to have like a buyer persona established in order to keep pleasing them and giving them the information that they would like. Now my classmate will continue with the flywheel explanation. Funnel.
Good morning, guys. I'm going to start with the funnel method. This method is based to attract a lot of quantity of clients that you can in the top of the funnel. This function, when they pass by through the funnel, when they out, they go back to the top. But the thing is that it's not recommendable for the companies because have two factors that is important and they don't consider. The point number one is that they don't just focus into the sales of the product. They don't focus on how they can have a very customer service. They see it as make money. So for example, if Andre go to a store and found a product and they think it is a good product, but it's just one size, one design, one smell, maybe they buy it or maybe not, but they can go to another store and find a similar product with other styles, other smiles, and think that it's better to go to another store. The thing is, but related to the other point, is that they don't analyze the bad reviews the consumers can have. Because, for example, they already go to the store, so they can tell to Angelica, don't go to buy this product because it is just one smell and one design. So he can go to other store, so they don't consider the bad reviews. Now, my partner Andrea is going to explain another method.
Well, good morning. Now I'm going to explain the flywheel model. What is the flywheel model? The flywheel model can be considered or can be imagined as a wheel that represents the growth of the company. The more power we use, the faster it will turn. That is, the rotation represents the growth of the company and satisfied customers provide the power that stimulates that growth. Either because they continue to buy your products or services or because they promote your brand. And therefore, if the customers are not happy, they will slow down the growth of the company. This model is based on these three factors. The first one is attract people who have problems you can help solve. You must focus on earning their attention rather than forcing yourself into their line of sight. The second one is engage with them on their intent. Focus on earning their attention. And the last one, delight them at all the stages of the buying journey. And so now that you know a little bit about the flywheel model, do you think it is important for companies to apply it?
Okay, good morning. I'm going to talk about the differences between the two methods that my partners just explained. So, as you can see, the funnel method used to work back then because one of the main differences is that, as Jimena said, there has to be a lot of customers that have to get in the funnel in order for just a few of them to actually become customers. So you need to widen the funnel a lot because they just focus on sales. So it's just about earning the money or selling just a product. But the flywheel method is the one that is being used nowadays because it's more effective. And that's because it's a cycle. So if customers enter the flywheel and there's a keyword that is really important, that is engage. If you really engage your customers, they will keep buying from you over and over again. They will recommend to their families, their friends, so that in that way the flywheel will keep working. But there's also like a negative part of it, and is that if you don't change maybe your methods, your strategies, the flywheel can stop spinning. So you need to keep changing, like maybe your product, as Jimena said, the smell, the design, in order for the customers to feel that you are searching about the changes of the market, and in that way the flywheel will keep spinning and the clients will keep coming every time.
Well, good morning, everyone. Well, regarding the information that my partners already mentioned, we have this case study about one of the most known cases, that is Uber. We have this company that gives to their clients the drive service, and well, applying this theoretic information to this company, we can see that, for example, Uber has different ways in which they can apply this methodology of marketing in a good and effective way. What happened when Uber came to Costa Rica? Well, they found a different way in which they can service to the clients a different way to being more comfortable to them. So they started to send personalized emails in order to bring different codes in which they can found offers and all these things that, as my partner mentioned, it is a way in which you can offer a service and the people, the clients, would find a different situation that maybe they are not used to find. So Uber tries to apply this methodology because they know that it is a way in which they can not just improve their marketing but also to get a lot of more consumers. So that will be it from us. If you have any question, we are more than happy to answer you. And if not, that's all from us. Thank you so much.
Guys, thank you very much for your talk. I think loyalty currently is one of the most necessary aspects from clients. So thank you again. Now I want to invite to the stage to the fourth group that is made by Alexa, Mabel, Kristen, Angelica, Caitlin, and also Jose. So please welcome them with a big round of applause. And Marifer, I'm sorry.
Sí. All right. Well, hello everyone. This is our group. So this is our topic also. Make sure customers find you online. Just when it comes to talk about this digital age that we are living in, it is very important as a future, as futures business people, let's say, to make sure that our business is easily found online. So there are some key aspects when it comes to create an, let's say, interesting or a strong presence online. So these key aspects are going to be developed by my classmates and myself so that you can have like a better understanding of how you have to follow some basic, let's say, I would call it basic steps in order to create this strong and this, I would say, intelligent presence online, so that our business is going to be like very strong. It is going to be well positioned on the internet. So let's begin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be here today. I'm going to talk or explain briefly about search engines. Well, search engines basics. Search engines can catalog and index all the information that we can find on the internet. They connect searches with precisely the information that what they are looking for. This really helps the companies to catch the attention of their target audience more efficiently and quickly. How search engines work? Well, search engines work by using a complex algorithm to index and organize all the information on the internet. They employ web crawlers or bots to analyze the content, the structure, and also keywords of the web pages. After all this process is done, they can catalog all the web pages, taking into account 3 important points, like user experience, quality, and relevance. And how search engines see the web? Well, search engines see the web by employing sophisticated algorithms and web crawlers that systematically can organize all the information on the internet. And well, as I said before, they catalog the web pages about the data and the content or structure.
Well, now that we know a little bit about how search engines work, I'm going to talk about organic search and paid search. But first, some of you, I don't know, have used a search engine to look for, I don't know, places to eat, or a place to go to buy shoes, or, I don't know, a hair salon. Have you? Raise your hands, please. Yes? Okay. Have you noticed that almost always the first results that appears is an ad? It happens, right? Well, that is called a search engine marketing. And basically, it is paid search. It happens when the website owners are paying a bid, which is a small amount of money, in order to appear first at the top of the search engine results. And well, how the search engine decides which website appears first at the top? Well, it all comes down to one main thing, which is quality. The content of your website has to have a great quality in order to appear there. So how can this happen? Well, it happens if you have good photos that are related to what you are offering on your website. It also comes to the headlines. It has to be relatable to, again, your website, what you're offering. And of course, it also is, you are using keywords that are, again, related to your website. Then we have what is organic search, which is pretty much the same as paid search, but the website owners are not paying anything to appear at the top of the search engine results. They rely merely on the quality of their content. So it is important that you, as a website owner, pay an extra care on the content of your website, because if you build a website and the content that you are putting into your website has nothing to do with what you're offering, what you're selling, then the search engine is probably not gonna choose your website to appear at the first page of the results. And when we are looking for something on a search engine, we always only look at the first pages. We don't look at the 4th page or the 5th page, because we know that what we are gonna find there, it's not gonna be as great quality. So that's why it's important that you, as a website owner, you take care of the content. Thank you.
Alright, so far we would like you to take into consideration 2 main aspects. When we are talking about this topic, we want you to remember that these bots plays the role like little spiders jumping into your website, analyzing not the amount of money that you pay, but instead the quality of the content that you have in your website. So remember this.
Okay, next, in the second module of the workshop, we made search engine work for you. So, making your web page search friendly. In order to do that, you need to make a few changes to the titles of the web pages and also to the headlines, because if you have different descriptions, the search engines cannot understand what the web page is about. So you need to make those changes in order to make the search engines understand better your content. And then how other websites can work for you. It is very simple, because you need to take advantage of the social media posts and also of the backlinks. Backlinks are when people mention your website in other websites. So people can click in that link, and it's going to be well, you can go to that link and it is going to be your website. So that can attract more people to visit your website, and by creating good content, that also can be a plus to make your website more appealing to the audience. And finally, cross borders with SEO, it's when you need to make a few changes. For example, to set which country are you targeting, and also which languages you want to target. So in order to do that, you need to make individual web pages with different languages, and also to set which is the location, your work listing hours, the number of the owner of the web page. And if you do all of this, you can make your web page more appealing to the audience or traffic visitors, and you are going to have as a seed web page in the top of the search engine rankings.
Well, good morning. I'm so glad to be here today. And I'm going to talk about a little the importance of know how search engine optimization works. First, some people think that if they pay a lot of money on their web pages, they are going to appear at the beginning of a platform, in this case Google, but this isn't true. The truth is that basically what you need to do is to
beautiful colors. And also another point is very important to put in the images important information, the important details of the products that you are selling or services, and also the important information of contact. Because the search engine optimization work basically, like Fernanda said before, with bots, and those bots are in charge of take the images, videos, and put it in some different parts of the platform, in this case Google Images or videos. And there are some clients that prefer to search, to look for information on the images and videos because they don't really like to read a lot in our webpage, I'm sorry. And for that reason, we need to put important information on that. Also, and like a final point, it's important to put a good keyword. The keyword basically is when a customer search the words that the customer use to search your web page. So it is important that the word can be so similar. So for that reason, we have to know a lot about who is our target audience, because if it's a young person, they are going to use different words to search our web page instead of the oldest person. Thank you.
Well, hello everybody. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be talking a little bit about how to choose the proper keywords. A lot of my classmates have already explained a little bit of what are keywords. And first you need to know that in order to select other keywords, you have to make sure that when people are looking for a service or a product related to your business, try not to use the same words that many other businesses similar to you use. You can add something that is called the long tail of SEO, which is to use more specific keywords. Let's say, for example, that you sell ceviche here in Costa Rica, in Punta Arenas. That instead of saying putting keywords such as ceviche or Punta Arenas, try to be a little bit more specific and set or write something like ceviche delivered at your door in Punta Arenas, instead of just writing ceviche Punta Arenas, because that is going to make you stand out a little bit more instead of competing against a lot of other keywords and other keywords that had a little bit more of traffic. On the other hand, setting realistic SEO goals is going to help to improve your business performance. That is by using analytic tools that can help you track and give you reports of how are you doing in your web page, the amount of clicks, the amount of time people visit or they buy a product, and also the things that are not working. And by that, you can make any necessary changes that can help you enhance your SEO strategies in your website.
Well, good morning. I'm going to talk about how people nearby find you online. First, using digital to advertise locally. Basically, this means that we need to target our local or digital advertisement to people that are nearby our business. For example, if I have a convenience store in Punta Arenas, I need to target locals. Because if I target people from San Jose or Alajuela, it is less likely that they will become potential customers. So, reaching locals on their homes. Raise your hand if you ever had a problem on the street. Maybe you were riding your bike and your chain broke, or you were driving and you had a problem with your tire, you ran out of battery. Well, we could say that the first thing we do is search on a mobile if there is a nearby bike shop or a mechanic that can help us with our problem. Now, this says that we need to make sure as business owners, that our website is mobile friendly, because we've seen websites that maybe if we enter with our cell phones, it won't give the full picture. It will give like certain parts, and it's really difficult to navigate and find the option that we're looking for or the answer that we were looking for, and then we get frustrated and we just say, I don't want to be here anymore, so we close the tab and that's where it ends. Now, SEO for local businesses. Practically, this says that as business owners, we need to put on our website where we are located, our contact info, our schedule, so the search engine knows that we are something, that we are maybe, well, that we are relevant in our area. So that's basically what Help People Nearby Find You Online is about. Now my partner Jose is going to give a little summary. Thank you.
All right. So to sum up, it is very important for you guys to remember that from the very moment that you launch a website, the bots from the website, in this case from the platform Google, are going to be jumping in this website. And as I said at the beginning, and my classmates explained before, it doesn't really matter how much money you pay in order to be on the paid search, let's say, but the most important aspect is the quality of your content, all right? The characteristics that make your website unique. So, as I said before, it doesn't really matter how much money you pay, but instead it is more important the quality of your content. Also, it is important for you to remember that, as I said at the very beginning of the talk, we are living in a digital age. So, as Caitlin just said before, we are like almost sadly depending on the phone. So, as she said before, when you have a problem, probably you are going to look for a solution in your phone. So, it is important for you as a website owner to create your website in a way that is going to be friendly to the use of the phone, so that when you jump into the website through your phone, it is going to be friendly with you, and you are going to find what you need. In this case, you are going to provide what the customer is looking for in your website. So thank you for your attention.
Guys, thank you so much for your talk. I think it was very interesting, very helpful. I think we all learned a little bit from it. And definitely, if you want to succeed in the long term in this competitive market, you must position very strongly your business. According to the schedule, now it's time to go to a break. So I would like to ask to our professors if we should go to a break or not yet.
We're writing it down there, 30-minute break, but we think it's too much. Maybe we can just, we can get like 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, just to finish on time, right?
Okay guys, so 15-20-minute break. Go and enjoy it, and see you then.
10:40, we're back.
Please show us the time.
10:40.
10:40, we must be here again, guys.